Hollywood explosion. Amelia receives a letter with intimate photos of Jamie and Dakota. Dawn is not peaceful. London mornings are usually cold, but this morning it's colder than the wind on the Thames. Amelia Warner makes tea as usual, her brown hair tied back at the nape of her neck, her eyes soft and deep. It seems normal, until the doorbell rings. The postman stands there, his raincoat soaked, handing over a cream-colored envelope with no sender. No organization logo, no media company stamp. Just a handwritten line. To Amelia Warner, private. Amelia doesn't suspect a thing. She gets fan mail regularly. But the moment she flips the envelope, her hand freezes. Inside is not a fan letter. Not an advertisement. Not a contract. A bundle of photos. Photos of Jamie. Photos of Dakota. Intimate photos, not kisses, but too close to be accidental. Amelia's face is as white as a sheet. Her heart pounded like someone was knocking on her ribcage from within. She didn't cry. She just sat down on the chair and looked at each photo as if she could see her face breaking apart while still trying to stay calm. What was worse than the photo was the letter that came with it. You forgive once. Will you forgive twice? No signature, no fingerprints, no good intentions. Someone wanted to completely destroy the last piece she had. A big fire started from a small match. Amelia placed the photos on the wooden kitchen table, one by one, lined up like evidence. Dakota leaned on Jamie's shoulder backstage. A hug that was longer than friendly. The smiles that were exchanged were not like colleagues. Jamie's hand touched Dakota's hip as if familiar. No bed scene. No kiss. No confession. But Amelia didn't need any of that. The eyes in the photos spoke for themselves. An undeniable intimacy. A kind of closeness that could be explained, or not. Jamie walked down the stairs just as Amelia placed the last photo on the table. She looked up. Their eyes met, and in that moment, the temperature in the house dropped to freezing. Amelia, what is that? She didn't answer. Just turned each photo toward him, like a scalpel to a stitched but unhealed wound. Jamie stepped back as if punched in the chest. Where did you get these? Amelia placed the letter on top of the pile. I think the question is not where, Jamie. It's why they exist. He opened his mouth, closed it. Panting. Amelia, these aren't. Don't finish that sentence unless you want to insult my intelligence. Her voice wasn't loud, it wasn't trembling, it was cold as glass about to crack. The media doesn't sleep. That afternoon, as if the journalism gods had heard the crack in that large house, paparazzi were already standing outside the gate. No one knew what had happened. No one had an internal report. But Amelia's silence as she left the house was like an SOS signal to the world. She put on sunglasses and got into the car without saying a word. Jamie called her name, but she didn't turn around. Paparazzi captured the video. Jamie stood at the door, her hair disheveled, her face lifeless. Amelia walked past without looking, her shoulders as hard as stone. Only 10 seconds of footage. But it was enough to make Hollywood explode. Rumors spread like a digital virus. Jamie Dornan cheating scandal? Dakota Johnson involved? Anonymous letter exposes affair? No one knows the truth yet. But the world has already drawn its own conclusions. Amelia disappears, and silence is the winner. She disappears from the radar for 72 hours. No social media. No media appearances. No press contacts. Newsrooms ask for answers, ask questions, give sources, but Amelia is as silent as the winter ocean. And that silence becomes the story. Talk shows open roundtables. Should a wife forgive twice? Are emotional affairs still betrayal? Is privacy possible for Hollywood marriages? Women everywhere share videos of themselves saying, Amelia is strong. She deserves clarity. Photos are proof enough. Social media is on her side. And Jamie becomes the one in the shadows, not convicted, but suspected like a ghost. Jamie appears on TV, with a serious shout. On day 4, Jamie sits in front of the BBC One camera for an interview. No stylist. No makeup. Gray shirt, visible eye bags, hands clasped together as if afraid they'll fall. The interviewer asks the first question. Did you betray your wife? Jamie closes her eyes, for a long time, as if searching for air where none exists. I never cheated physically. But emotions can be harder to judge. And harder to forgive. The whole of Britain straightens. The interviewer blinks. Are the photos real? Jamie looks straight at the camera, no hiding. They're real moments. But not the whole story. A classic media line. Acknowledge but leave it open. In less than 40 minutes, the clip went global. Amelia's defenders chanted. Intimacy is betrayal. The neutrals said. We need the full truth. Hollywood didn't add answers, just questions. Amelia finally returns, not weak, but stronger. After a week, Amelia returned home. Not broken, not crying, not begging. But standing opposite Jamie as if facing her old self. The living room was as silent as a church. Jamie stood, not advancing, not retreating. Amelia put the bundle of photos back on the table, this time neatly folded, like evidence in court. I need the truth, whole truth. Or we end up in half-lies. Jamie swallowed, her lips trembling. I loved you through all of this. She narrowed her eyes. Loving is not what's in question, Jamie. Loyalty is. No one screamed. No one banged on the table. No one walked away. This wasn't war. This was heart surgery, while we were both conscious, still feeling, still in pain. Jamie sighed. Dakota was an emotional ghost. Someone from a version of me I haven't been in years. Amelia looked deeply, as if into his soul. Then release the ghost. Or lose the living person right in front of you. The end is not closed, and that is its power. They don't hug right away. They don't divorce right away. They don't forgive right away. They walk slowly, not run, into a new phase. Marital therapy. Absolute transparency. No secrets, no hidden letters, no old photos to keep. A global audience watches like they're watching a real reality TV series. No one knows what the next chapter will be. A beautiful breakup. An explosive comeback. A slow and steady reconciliation. But everyone learns something important. Betrayal does not require a kiss. Pain does not need scandal to be real. And forgiveness is not infinite. Amelia doesn't need to declare victory. Because demanding the truth is already a victory.